Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rumble Wrestling on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. It's time for some TV action here in our main event from Ashford.
Bruiser and Tate Mayfairs coming from the red corner, Oli Blake and Sid Manelli coming from the blue corner. And this is a 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a 1 knockout to decide the winning team.
Stephen Barker said 2 out of 3 falls, essentially, the premise here. Tag team main event. The Lightning Kid, Oli Blake, partnering with the Rumble Wrestling champion, Sid Manelli, to face the All Nations champion, Tate Mayfairs, and the Bruiser, Samuel Jacobs, who makes his return after a long hiatus. It's always good to see the Bruiser, although ultimately, that's probably not going to be the case if you're one of his opponents. And this tag team match is off to a flyer, and Sid Manelli and Oli Blake looking to create some separation. Double Irish whip, stereo, and now Sid Manelli and Bruiser putting the brakes on. A little high five, maybe a little bit too much appreciation there. Dropped on their keisters, frankly. Atomic drops plenty. Now Sid Manelli and Oli Blake looking to unionise here in this tag team matchup. Despite being a tag team match, it's worth pointing out, neither team partners regularly as far as professional wrestling goes, so it'll be very interesting to see how well they gel. And a lovely counter there, speaking of gelling, and some lovely continuity and consistency from Oli Blake and Sid Manelli, Rumble Wrestling champion and the Lightning Kid, definitely on the same page right now. And a double back elbow wipes out the Bruiser, Samuel Jacobs, one of the meanest mothers in all of professional wrestling. Irish whip into the corner. Sid Manelli, once again, Rumble Wrestling champion. Lovely monkey flip out of corner. Sends the Bruiser, Samuel Jacobs, on. And by the way, Samuel Jacobs in the condition of his life, but that doesn't seem to be affecting Sid Manelli's offense. Oh, look at the power there. Able to counter. Now Sid Manelli puts the brakes on. A quick right hand to the face. Goes up and over. Leapfrogs over the top. And a flying crossbody catches Samuel Jacobs flush in the middle of the ring, who kicks out. Tate Mayfairs, by the way, has literally just landed from a very successful tour of Uganda and now finds himself without a moment's rest in a tag team main event here alongside Samuel Jacobs. There's no denying the international star power of Tate Mayfairs as Oli Blake is entering the fray with a double axe handle across the left arm of Samuel Jacobs. Very smart, isolating the arms of Samuel Jacobs, who, by the way, hits like an absolute freight train. He's able to escape, and he tags in Tate Mayfairs. And Oli Blake is certainly no stranger to Tate Mayfairs, especially here at Rumble Wrestling. You might notice Oli Blake wearing that shoulder strap, obviously fresh off of a long rehab with a quite nasty shoulder injury, it has to be said. But it's with great pleasure that I let you know that Oli Blake is 100% fit and good to go. That is more a precaution than anything else. But Tate Mayfairs now, well, Tate Mayfairs looking to dissect Oli Blake, and no doubt will be testing the strength and the validity of that shoulder. Well, right now the Bruiser playing cheerleader at ringside, putting over Tate Mayfairs, and understandably so when he's your partner. But Oli Blake able to escape the scoop slam attempt by Tate Mayfairs. Rolls him up deep, and oh my god, and Tate Mayfairs has just been pinned in this 2 out of 3 falls matchup by the Lightning Kid, Oli Blake.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first fall of this tag match against Tate Mayfairs, I might add, to Oli Blake and Sid Manelli.
Stephen Barker just rubbing salt into the wound there, reminding Tate Mayfairs that he's the one who got pinned.
Second session.
Well, here we go, second section, and just like that, Oli Blake and Sid Manelli have a 1 fall lead over the Bruiser, Samuel Jacobs and Tate Mayfairs. And now there's a lot of jaw-jacking and a meeting of the minds in the middle of the ring. Tate Mayfairs and Samuel Jacobs. Oh, wait a minute, putting the brakes on. I think they were looking to get a cheap shot in, but Oli Blake and Sid Manelli are extremely wise to the behaviour of these two. And Tate Mayfairs sent up and over, dumped to the outside like a discarded piece of trash. And once again, the Bruiser is isolated and again suffers the indignance of a double back elbow from the Lightning Kid and the Rumble champion Sid Manelli. Oli Blake with an Irish whip off the ropes. Lovely standing drop kick from All-Star Wrestling South prodigy. Oli Blake truly is every bit the athlete and professional wrestler in this business, and he's put together like no other, frankly. And now, oh, come on! Shinwu at ringside, by the way. Accompanying, of course, Tate Mayfairs just swept the legs out. Now, the Bruiser is going to take full advantage of that distraction. And meanwhile, Sid Manelli trying to remonstrate with referee Matt Wilson. And as that remonstration is going on, Oli Blake is being double teamed and dissected in the corner by the Bruiser, Samuel Jacobs, and the All Nations champion, Tate Mayfairs. Now, oh my God, a vicious penalty kick right across the back and the shoulder. I told you Tate Mayfairs was going to isolate that injury and see just how well it held up. That's exactly what he did. And now, once again, with the referee distracted, Shinwu is now getting involved once again in this matchup, choking the life out of Oli Blake in the corner behind referee Matt Wilson's back. 5 minutes gone, and Sid Manelli is absolutely helpless in the corner. There's nothing he can do right now. And Oli Blake is being, frankly, destroyed at the hands of the Bruiser and Tate Mayfairs. Tate Mayfairs remonstrating, a knife-edge chop for the Bruiser right across the chest, and Oli Blake is being worn out here, and now just sits out on the lower back. And of course, Samuel Jacobs, the master of the Bruiser bomb, and why wouldn't he zone in on the lower back and soften that up? And oh man, now he's zoned in on the left leg and viciously DDTing that leg, and now wrapping up Oli Blake into an STF-like submission. Now just isolating Oli Blake. And almost Oli Blake knows that he has a long-term rivalry brewing with Tate Mayfairs. Tate Mayfairs doesn't believe that Oli Blake is good enough, by the way, to face him for the All Nations Championship. And Oli Blake is desperate to get his hands on Tate Mayfairs. But right now, he's in a world of hurt, a world of trouble at the expense of the All Nations Champion Tate Mayfairs and the Bruiser Samuel Jacobs. And a vicious right hand by those incredibly well-trained fists. And now look at this, just being stuffed into the turnbuckle like a slinky in a can. And meanwhile, with the referee once again distracted, Sid Manelli not doing his partner any favours, it has to be said. And all three men in the corner getting their licks, getting their pound of flesh out of the Lightning Kid, Oli Blake, who is in full dissection mode here, being battered from pillar to post, and now a sleeper hold applied by Tate Mayfairs in the centre of the ring with referee Matt Wilson checking for a submission. Let's not forget, despite all of this punishment, Oli Blake and Sid Manelli currently 1 fall to the good in this 2 out of 3 falls contest. Oli Blake looking to create some sort of separation, desperately trying to fight back, and once again Tate Mayfairs puts on the brakes, lifts him up potentially for a suplex, but oh, very smart from Tate Mayfairs, putting the brakes on, not allowing Oli Blake the potential to tag in a fresh Sid Manelli, who has been absolutely brewing. And now a roll through, and speaking of which, oh come on, I thought Oli Blake was about to make a tag, and Shinwu just swept the legs out from underneath Sid Manelli, and meanwhile the Tate trigger is applied right in the face, and a deep pinfall attempt, and Tate Mayfairs levels this up and rectifies the mistake from earlier in this matchup. We are now 1 fall to a piece, and referee Matt Wilson trying to create some separation.
To the team of the Bruiser and Tate Mayfairs. That's 1 fall each.
Oh, Sid Manelli, far worse for wear after being swept out.
Final session.
Could have done some serious damage here, and meanwhile the bell rings and this third session can commence properly, although Tate Mayfairs and Samuel Jacobs were certainly getting their licks in during this matchup. Oh, Tate Mayfairs signalling to just deliver once again a Tate trigger. He gets caught coming in. Oli Blake with a roll up, and oh, it's 1 fall apiece. Next fall will determine a winner in this matchup. 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout to determine a winner. Good and proper, and talk about making a wish. Oh my God. Split right down the middle is Oli Blake, courtesy of the Bruiser and Tate Mayfairs. And now Samuel Jacobs with his fingers in the nostrils, just gouging at the face of Oli Blake. Referee Matt Wilson, of course, and now, oh, look at this. The camel clutch with the gouge applied, and now, oh, come on, fish hook in the mouth. And Samuel Jacobs once again sits down on the lower back of Oli Blake, who has no strength to even reach out and tag Sid Manelli, who, by the way, has pretty much been on the outside for 2/3 of this matchup, desperate to get in there and apply some sort of justice. But Oli Blake is being absolutely torn asunder by the Bruiser. Oh, Bruiser very smart, luring Sid Manelli in. But meanwhile, Oli Blake able to fight out of the corner, sends the Bruiser up and over, back body drop. And now, can he possibly make the tag? And with all that damage to the lower back, hardly able to even crawl to his corner, but he's so close to tagging Sid Manelli, and Tate Mayfairs has got a hold of him, trying to stop Oli Blake. And now, beautiful standing enziguri. He has to make a tag. Sid Manelli is good to go. Shen Wu trying to interrupt, and Sid Manelli catches him flush, and now the fresh man is applied to this tag team matchup as Sid Manelli is unleashed here at Rumble Wrestling. The Rumble Wrestling champion going to work on Samuel Jacobs and Tate Mayfairs in this tag team affair, and they both put the brakes on, looking to stop the Rumble Wrestling champion. Oh, lovely reversal and a meeting of the minds, or lack thereof, at least as far as Sid Manelli is concerned. 10 minutes gone in this matchup. Double face buster bulldog from Sid Manelli. The Rumble Wrestling champion is beginning to cook here in the sold-out Style Center in Ashford. Builds up a head of steam. Lovely monkey flip applied out of the corner by Sid Manelli. What we want more is the cry from the Rumble Wrestling champion, looking to rally his hometown fans here in Ashford, ladies and gentlemen. Now Cox already, beautiful cutter to Tate Mayfairs. That's a finishing maneuver right there. Oh my God, in the nick of time. Samuel Jacobs able to break the pinfall right before the 3 count. And now Oli Blake with a super kick catches Jacobs flush, who gets sent all the way to the outside. And now Tate Mayfairs is isolated at the hands of Oli Blake and Sid Manelli. And now, oh my God, a 3D of sorts. The bottom fell out, but the collision was in. Oh, come on. Shen Wu. That was definitely a 3 count. Tate Mayfairs is absolutely still in the middle, with Shen Wu saving the matchup by dragging Matt Wilson out of the ring. Meanwhile, Tate Mayfairs has regained some composure and now has his hands on Sid Manelli, and oh, look out, Sid Manelli being hoisted up. I think it might be heart attack time for Sid Manelli, courtesy of Tate Mayfairs and Samuel Jacobs. And there they do connect indeed. Deep pinfall by Samuel Jacobs. Is that going to be enough? And Sid Manelli finding the gumption to kick out, the fortitude to continue this tag team main event. Now, Tate Mayfairs directing traffic here, lifts Sid Manelli up into a power slam position. Samuel Jacobs is up top, and oh, wait a minute, Sid Manelli counters, sends Tate Mayfairs right through Shen Wu on the outside. And meanwhile, oh my God, a huge RKO out of absolutely nowhere off the top, and Samuel Jacobs was hoisted afar. And now a big splash from Oli Blake lands flush, and a double pinfall attempt, and that's the win for the Rumble Wrestling champion.
Oli Blake and Sid Manelli.
It's a stunning pinfall win here in Ashford in our main event, as Sid Manelli and the Lightning Kid overcome the Bruiser and Tate Mayfairs.